Hello friends, so today we'll see how to convert English statement into logical statement and vice versa also. That is very important. So let us begin with the new topic, that is English statement to logical statement conversion. Okay guys, so this one is important one. You can see various questions are from this topic. Okay. So before proceeding to this particular topic, means this conversion, so let me just clear to you some basics regarding this topic. Okay. So let us consider, you only tell me. Yes, let's say one variable x that belongs to a set that is 2, 3, 4, isn't it? And one more variable that is y, let's say y value is 4. Now you only tell me, yes, you only tell me. Now, one statement I am writing, you only tell me whether this statement is true or false. Let's say statement is y is greater than every x. Yes or no? This statement is false because greater means strictly greater, not equals to. Yes or no? Why? Because we can say that there exists some x that is 4. Yes, which is we can say that equal to 4. Isn't it? Now let us consider one more example. Let's say x belongs to, yes, this null set. You only tell me. Now y equals to 2. Now you only tell me the statement y is greater than, y is 2, y is greater than, yes, every x or not. Yes, we can say that this statement is false. What this statement is, sorry, true. Why? Because we can say that there exists no x for which y is not greater than x. Yes or no? Yes. So we can say that. Yes. You only tell me. This is true. Why? Because we can say that. Yes. Because yes, we can say that there exists no x for which, yes, we can say that y is not greater than x. Isn't it? That's why we can say that greater than x. Yes or no? That's why we can say that this statement is true. That's why we can say that if the domain is empty and we are checking or we are comparing for every element. Yes or no? And if the domain is null, means yes, there is no element inside the domain, then we can say that then this statement will be the true only. Isn't it? For example, I'm giving you some example. Let's say one class is there, and in that class, let's say no girl is there. Yes, every student is a boy. So can we say that every girl is intelligent? Every girl in this class is intelligent. Yes, we can say that because in this class there exists no girl that is not intelligent. Yes or no? That means we can say that let's say whenever domain is null, then the comparison for every will always be true. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. So we can say that when the domain is empty, so write down one, yes, one note. Yes, write down one note. Yes, we can say that note that if the domain is empty, then for every x, px is true. For we can say that any propositional function, for any propositional function px. Why? Because we can say that there are no element x in the domain for which we can say that px is false. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. So we'll see now. We'll see the conversion. So before going to the conversion, yes, you only tell me. Yes, you only tell me. Let us consider in English statement whenever it is written nevertheless. So what is the nevertheless means? Was we can say that that is equivalent to but, and that is equivalent to logical and. Yes or no? So whenever we will convert yes this English words into logical statement, then nevertheless or but or and, then the meaning is same, that is logical and. Also whenever, whenever, or we can say that if meaning is same of all these words. Next one, third one, we can write down either P or Q. Then we can say that meaning is what? P or Q. Yes, in logical statement, neither P nor Q. Then the meaning is what? Yes, neither P nor Q means that is the complement of either P or Q. So what is the either P or Q? Yes, this one, and the complement of this one will be the yes use De Morgan's negation P and negation Q. Fifth one, you only tell me. Yes, yes, initially, yes, in the first or second lecture, yes, I told you guys that what is the meaning of Q unless negation P. Yes, the meaning is what? Yes, P implies Q, isn't it? That means, yes, we can say that whenever it is written, let's say P unless negation Q, then the meaning is what? We can say that Q implies P. And also, let's say whenever it is written that Q unless negation R, then the meaning is what? Remember guys, here negation P is there. So here P is what? Negation of P. So similarly means we can say that Q unless negation P means we can say that we can write it like that. Yes, negation of right hand side implies left hand side. Yes or no? So here negation of right hand side is negation of R. Yes, implies we can say that Q. So this becomes R implies Q. Yes or no? Isn't it? Listen me correctly. Let's say one more. Let's say if it is written that P unless Q. So what is the meaning of this one? Negation of right hand side. Yes, we can say that P unless Q means what? We can say that P unless Q means a negation of right hand side implies we can say that left hand side. So meaning of P unless Q is negation Q implies P. And why it is so, I already explained in the first or second lecture. You can see those lectures. Okay. Next one, yes, if it is written like that, let's say P implies Q unless R. So we can say that this is equivalent to negation of whatever this one right hand side means R, negation or implies left hand side is P implies Q. And this can be written like this or not. Yes, this is let's say X, this is let's say Y. So it becomes yes, X implies Y is what? X bar plus Y or not. So we can say that this is equivalent to what? We can say that yes, you only tell me. Yes, you only tell me. This is equivalent to what? You only tell me. We can say that yes, negation R becomes R plus we can say that P implies Q, and P implies Q again can be written like this or not? P dash plus Q. So we can say that this is equivalent to R plus P dash plus Q. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. So these were the yes some basics regarding to conversion. Now we'll see one by one. So write down first problem. Yes, question number 1. You only tell me. Consider the following statements. Consider the following statements. Yes, English statements are given to you. All lions are fierce. Fierce means violent. Second one is, yes, you only tell me, some lions do not drink coffee, isn't it? Two statements are given to you and we need to write it, yes, equivalent logical statements. So remember guys, these are important one. So let us, it is also given that px represents, yes, we can say that, let's say x is lion, and let's say it is also given that qx represents x is fierce. Also it is given that rx represents x drinks coffee. Let's say these are given to you. Now you only tell me we need to write, yes, equivalent logical statements. So remember guys, this is the first example I'm going to explain. From next onward, yes, you will feel the comfort. Okay. Yes, so write down, yes, first one. All lines, we can say that first one. All lines means for every x, we can say that if it is lion, then we can say that it is fierce also. Yes or no? Yes or no? Next one, second one, we can say that some means there exists or some x. So we'll use existential quantifier. There exists x. If we can say that it is, yes, we can say that for some x, yes, we can say that if it is lion, yes, we can say that then it do not drinks coffee. Yes or no? And means together. Now you will say, sir, whenever there is for every outside, then you use the implication, and whenever there exists a sign, then you use the and operator in between. Why so? Yes or no? Isn't it? So what is the concept behind this? You only tell me. You can remember, but I'm going to explain the concept behind this. Okay. You can remember whenever there is for every, then inside we can use a, yes, implication, and when there is, yes, existential quantifier outside, then we can use and operator. Isn't it? Why so? You only tell me. Some students will ask me, yes, you only tell me, guys. Some students will see, sir, what is the problem if we write it is like that px and qx? You only tell me. Yes, you only tell me. Then what is the problem? You only tell me, guys. Yes, you only tell me. Let us consider, let's say we written like that. Okay. To first statement, we written like that. Now you only tell me among all creatures, yes, you only tell me some are lions, yes or no. Now you only tell me, yes, you only tell me whenever, yes, we can say that whenever no lion, yes, yes, we can say that among all creatures, let's say there is no lion, yes or no, isn't it? Means we can say that various creatures are there in nature, and out of these creatures, let's say no lion is there, then that case you only tell me this statement should be true or false. I already gave you one example. All lions are fierce and there is no lion, then means we can say that this statement must be true, yes, if domain is empty. Means if there is no line. Yes or no? Now you only tell me if we write this statement like this, then you only tell me px becomes what? There is no line. Px stands for x is line. Out of all creatures, there is no line, then it becomes false. And false and anything will be false only. Then this statement becomes false. That is incorrect logic. But you only tell me, yes, if I use implication, then you only tell me now px will becomes false because there is no lion, and false implies anything is true only. Yes, that must be true only when domain is, yes, empty. That is the concept behind this. So we can say that whenever we use for every quantifier, then inside there will be a implication. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. Next one, you only tell me. Yes, some students will say, sir, what is the problem in second one when we use, yes, what is the problem when we use, yes, implication instead of and, then what is the problem? You only tell me. some lions do not drink coffee. I'm giving one example also. Yes, you only tell me. Yes, initially I took one example. Let's say, we can say that one class is there in which, yes, we can say that only boys are there. So if we say every girl in this class is intelligent, then that is true because there exists no girl in that class that is, yes, who is not intelligent, isn't it? Okay. Now you only tell me, but if I write, yes, you only tell me, but if we write, yes, or I call, let's say, some girls in this class are intelligent, yes or no, then that statement is false. Yes or no? Because some girls are not intelligent, that means we should find out that girl that is not intelligent. Yes or no? So we can say that, yes, if domain is empty, then for every is true and some is not true, that is false. Okay. So whenever I say that some lions do not drink coffee, now you only tell me if there is no lion in the domain, yes, or among all creatures, then this statement should be, yes, false or true. This statement must be false if there is no creature, if there is no lion among all creatures. Yes or no? So we can say that some lions do not drink coffee, and the meaning is what? We can say that, yes, some lions do not drink coffee, and let's say, yes, there is no lion among the creatures. That means this statement must be false only. Some means there exists some. Yes or no? And you assume that there is no lion, yes, among the creature. Okay, among the creature. Now you only tell me if I write like this, the second statement like this, or with the help of implication. Now you only tell me there exists x, px implies a negation rx. Now you only tell me some lions do not drink coffee, and if there is no lion among the creatures, then we can say that px becomes false, and false implies, yes, you only tell me anything is true, then this statement becomes true or not? Yes, that is not correct. Yes, it must be false only. That's why and operator is used in second one. Yes, we can say that px and negation are. So when domain is empty, then px will false, and false with and with anything will be false only. Yes, that must be false only. Isn't it? Okay. So initially I took one example. I clarify this, that one only. Yes, you only tell me. Yes. Yes, you only tell me. Yes, that was the example. You only tell me. That was the example. You only tell me. Yes, you only tell me. Y is, you only tell me. Yeah, second example. Y is greater than every x. That is true. Similarly, y is greater than some x. That is false. That is the meaning. Isn't it? Y is greater than some x. That is false. Some x means that x must be present. Yes or no? Isn't it? Okay, that is the concept. That means some means we can say that if we compare with the null set, then for every will become true, and some means there exist becomes false. Isn't it? That is the concept. Okay, write down next one. Yes, you only tell me next one. Okay, let's say, assume that, let's say, consider the following statements. First one, let's say, not all the glitters or gliders, जो nothing, oh, not all the glitters is gold. That is the given statement. Okay. So yes, we can write it like that or not. Not all means we can say that some glitters, that is equivalent to that. Some glitters are not gold. Yes, these are equivalent or not. So inside we can say that here, yes, negative sentence is there. Not all. Yes or no? Not all means, yes, we can say that not all the glitters is gold. That means some glitters are not gold. So we can write it like that. Some means there exists X. Yes, so we can say that glitters if it is glitter, and if there is outside there is existential, then inside there will be and we can say that not gold of, isn't it? That is the correct statement. Some student can ask the query, sir, can we write it like that or not? Some glitters are gold. No, we cannot write like that. Why? Because not all the glitters is not gold. That doesn't means that some glitters are gold. Not all the glitters is gold, then meaning is some glitters are not gold. Yes or no? Some glitters are gold, we cannot say. Why? Because it is saying that not all the glitter is gold, then we cannot say that some glitter are gold. No. So remaining glitters may be silver also. Yes or no? Can you guarantee this one? No one. Okay. So we can say that not all the glitters is gold. Doesn't means some glitters are gold, because some means the remaining glitters may be silver also. Who knows? We cannot say that some glitters are gold. Okay. But we can say that yes, guaranteed some glitters are not gold. Yes or no? And we can write this one. Okay. If you want to write it directly, then not alls means we can say that not for every x. Yes, if it is glitter, implies that is gold. Yes or no? Can we write it like that or not? Yes or no? You only tell me, guys. Yes, not all. Yes, the glitters. If for every is there, then there will be implication only. Yes or no? Now you can simplify this one. Now negation of for every x becomes there exists x. Yes or no? And yes, this one will be the negation. Let us assume that this is P and this is Q. Then this is the negation of P implies Q. Yes or no? Negation will be performed on, yes, we can say that quantifier as well as whatever be the statement. So statement is P implies Q. Now this becomes what? We can say that there exists X and P implies Q is what? P dash plus Q. Yes or no? And whole complement. Now it becomes what? You only tell me. There exists X. Yes, this becomes what? We can say that P and, yes, you only tell me, and negation Q or not. Yes or no? And that is equal to there exists x p is what? Glitter. Yes or no? Can we say that glitter of x and yes, not gold? Yes or no? Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. Now you only tell me if this one is clear to everyone. So can we say that these two statements? Yes, these statements are equivalent only. Yes or no? Yes, this one and this one. Yes or no? And I proved how these are equivalent. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. Okay. So write down next one. Next problem. Let us, none of my friends, none of my friends is perfect. Remember, guys, these negative sentences are of many times. Sometimes it is not all. Sometimes it is written none of. Sometimes it is written as not every. The meanings are different. Be careful. None of my friend is perfect. So we can say that none of my friend is perfect. So we can say that that is equivalent to all of my friends, yes, are not perfect. Isn't it? So we can say that all means for every, isn't it? Some means there exist. So if it is friend, then implication that is not perfect, isn't it? Or you can write it directly also. None means not for any. So not for any means there exists. Not for some, isn't it? If that is friend and we can say that perfect as well, isn't it? We can say that these two statements are equivalent only. So if you just took this negative part in between or after the subject, then it will become easy. Or we can say that options may be A or B, both are correct. Both are equivalent only, because you can, yes, simplify this one. Yes, if you simplify this one, then we can say that negation becomes for every, and inside there is f of x and p of x. Then when negation will operate on the, yes, inside, then it becomes, yes, we can say that apply the De Morgan's, and it becomes a negation fx and becomes or negation px. Yes or no? Tell me whether this one is equivalent to fx implies negation px or not. Yes or no? Yes, that is equivalent. Why? Because, yes, we can say that if we assume this one is p, and let's say this is, yes, let's say assume this one is x and this one is y. So x implies negation y will be what? Yes, x dash plus y dash only. Yes or no? Isn't it? Okay. So that is same to this one. Yes or no? I hope this one is clear to everyone. So you can solve these type of questions. Let us consider one more. Let us consider next one. Let's say third example. Let's say not every graph is connected. Not every graph is connected. Now you only tell me. Yes, not every graph is connected means we can say that some graphs are not connected. Not every. Some graphs are not connected. Isn't it? So we can say that there exists x. Some means there exists. If it is graph, then we can say that and. If there exists is there, then we use and operator. Then it is not connected. Isn't it? Or we can directly write it like that, not for every. So not for every. Yes, if it is graph implies we can say that it is connected. Both are equivalent statements. You only tell me both are equivalent. Yes, just simplify this, yes, implication. You will see the expression becomes equal to first one. Yes, solve this negation, isn't it? And yes, open this implication, then you will see the first expression you will get. Okay, I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, next one, write down next question. Sometimes the questions are like that. Yes, let's say gold and silver ornaments are precious. So remember, gold and silver. If nothing is given, then we will assume, yes, with common sense, we will assume every gold and silver. That means that whenever the word is not mentioned that all or some, then whatever, yes, we can say that if it is written that, yes, boys are good, then we can say that all boys are good. Yes, isn't it? Meaning is same. Okay. And if it is some, then some will be mentioned in the statement. So whenever nothing is mentioned, then assume all. So we can assume that all gold and silver ornaments are precious. So we can write all for, yes, we can say that we can use for every x. Yes, you only tell me gold. Let's say G represents gold, X is gold, and S represents silver. Yes, remember guys, here there will be or operator. Yes, implies precious, isn't it? Remember guys, here and is not there, and is incorrect. Why? Because any ornament together cannot be. Yes, we can say that gold as well as silver. Gold and silver means we will take union. Yes, we can say that gold. Yes, we can say that as well as silvers means whether it is gold or silver, both ornaments are precious. And if you put a logical and, then the meaning becomes different. Then the meaning is x is together gold as well as silver. That is not possible. Any ornament together cannot be gold as well as silver. That is the point. So be careful whenever and is written here. So here there will be or, isn't it? So that will be the correct logical, yes, we can say that statement for the given statement. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. So that's all about the conversion. Yes, conversely, we can say that if this statement is given to you and four options will be there, what will be the equivalent English statement? Yes, you can easily identify yes or no. And whenever English statement is given to you, then you can, yes, we can say that easily convert into logical statement. Okay. So after completion of mathematical logic, I will be having one problem solving lecture. In that lecture we'll solve more problems are related to these concepts. Okay, yes, we'll see English to logical conversion, as well as we'll see, yes, some properties of nested quantifiers as well. I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, thank you so much.